One of the neat things about world shoots and a lot of international practical shooting events are the shoot-offs. And that, my friends, is what we're talking about in this week's video. I'm Julie, a pro shooter, author, veteran, and mom sharing shooting sports and safe, responsible gun ownership. So first off, what is a shoot-off? Well, most often it's an all-steel target event where two competitors are pitted against one another in a tournament-style bracket. After the start signal, the shooters engage steel targets as fast as possible to reach their stop plate first. Sound intense and fun? Well, that is because it is. If you're an American competing here in the United States, I'll be honest with you, you might not find many matches these days with shoot-offs aside from special made-for-TV events. That's just because of how the shooting sports have evolved here in the US over the years. Rewind 20 and 30 years ago, there just weren't as many competitions as we have now. So major events on the circuit were truly major events taking place over multiple days, including shoot-offs and evening award ceremonies. I remember watching my first nationals shoot-off at my very first nationals back in 1994. Yeah, that was a while ago. After a week of competition, the scores were tallied, and then bright and early the next morning, the range was reset for the shoot-off event. Shoot-offs were not only a fun way for competitors to get together to watch the top performers compete, it also gave the match staff time to set up the award ceremonies and the prize table, and also sort out any scoring issues because this was back when everything was scored on paper. So in addition to more shooting, shoot-offs were a way to keep competitors occupied for logistical purposes as well. So how did it work? Events, first and foremost, established who would make the shoot-off. Back in the day at USPSA Nationals, it was the top 16 men and the top 8 women. If you made these shoot-offs, you were considered one of the best practical shooters in the country. That's why you may still hear people talk about the top 16 or the top 8 these days. So the range was set up with 2 shooting positions with identical steel target arrays displayed as a mirror image. At the center of the range, there was a special set of steel poppers. In the down position, they would overlap. No need to worry about a timer malfunction. Whoever mowed down their targets the fastest and hit the stop steel first to make it fall would win. Close calls were easily determined because the winner was whoever's target was on the bottom. In the brackets, first was pitted against last, second against second to last, and so forth. Often, for time's sake, in the beginning bouts, it was a single elimination, meaning if first went up against the last place qualifier and the first place shooter won, the champ would advance to the next round. In semifinal rounds, shooting bouts increased to best 3 out of 5 runs, making for some entertaining shooting for sure. There are other ways to run a shoot-off, but this is one of the most popular methods out there. This type of event is very spectator-friendly, so much that a whole new world championships evolved out of it. The American Handgunner World Shoot-Off took place annually in Colorado each year and drew some of the fastest steel shooters from around the globe. It was an entire match of just shoot-offs. And for those looking to improve their speed, their steel shooting skills, and their shoot-off skills for that matter, it was a fun and exciting experience. And a way to go through a lot of ammo in 1 week. One of the most popular videos on this channel is when I shared Jerry Michalik winning this world championship with a Smith & Wesson revolver. So very cool. What makes shoot-offs unique is the fact that you're standing next to another shooter on the firing line. The pressure you feel is quite a bit different than when you walk up to a stage to perform. After the buzzer, not only are you trying to shoot as fast as possible, you can hear the other competitors' steel targets hit as they shoot as well. That can cause you to try to push the speed too much and miss, or bubble a reload if it's a required element, that sort of thing. Then there's that stop popper. If you're ahead of your competitor, you can simply shoot and call it good, but more often than not, the race is tight. And for the last target, you try to drill it down with multiple shots to ensure that your popper makes it to the ground first. USPSA no longer puts on shoot-off events, and the American Handgunner event is history as well, so sad news there. Several years ago, the NRA cut shoot-offs from their program for the Bianchi Cup, despite it being a specified event with national records. It was called the Speed event. But with new match management by the host club Green Valley, I hear they hope to bring it back. So that's very happy news for the competitors in Action Pistol who enjoy shoot-offs. In International Practical Shooting Confederation events, IPSC, the shoot-off is still alive and well. As the Ladies Classic World Champion, I earned a spot in the Ladies Classic shoot-off in France. I have to say, of all the shoot-offs I've competed in, World Shoot-Offs are my favorite. Here's why. First, the tensions of the main match, the week of intense pressure and challenging shooting, is over. It's like a giant weight is lifted away, and competitors have a chance to mingle, have fun, and if they've qualified, compete once again as well. There is a bit of a redemption opportunity too, where if you didn't medal, you still have a chance at World Shoot glory. I just love the national pride that comes out. Everyone is rooting for their teammates, countries, and their favorite shooters. There's such a different vibe to this type of competition, and it's almost electric. As far as the shooting, shoot-offs can be simple or rather difficult. One of the most challenging shoot-offs I've ever competed in was in 1998 at the Limited Nationals. They used up a huge bay, and instead of large steel targets, they opted for smaller knockdown plates. I placed second that year, so I was very much in redemption mode. I shot perfect run after perfect run. It was such a cool competitive moment for me. It's still in my mind these days. Though I appreciate the more challenging shots, I also think the best shoot-offs are the ones that are the easiest for spectators to follow. France did a superb job of using large yellow poppers spread across the range and overlapping mini popper for that stop play. Somewhere between the first and last shot, you had to perform a reload. So push the speed on the big poppers, nail that load, bear down on that mini popper to claim the win. I have a decent amount of experience over the years in shoot-offs, having competed in them in USPSA International Revolver Championships, at Bianchi Cup, and also I've competed at the American Handgunner World Shoot-Off, but I don't actively train for them. I don't have that much knockdown steel, nor do I train with a competitor who can push me in a shoot-off. So aside from past experiences, I compete in shoot-offs only in each World Shoot year. So my heart was definitely a pumping for each of my bouts. Here are my runs at the 2017 IPSC World Shoot Ladies Classic Shoot-Off. IPSC gold medal achieved, and I took the Ladies Classic Shoot-Off too. I couldn't have asked for a more perfect ending to this event. So I want to know, do you like watching shoot-offs? I do. I confess I do. They're so much fun. Have you ever competed in one? And it doesn't have to be as formal as the ones shown in this video either. I'd love to know and hear about your experiences. Comment below. I do have one more video from the IPSC World Shoot that I've been working on for a while now. It is a compilation of all of the top stage performances by the women in the Ladies Classic division. So stay tuned. In the meantime though, be safe, have fun and live your life fully loaded.